Hi, I'm Ed from Nix, and I'm here to talk you through a Chemex. This is their baby kind of 3 cup one. Uh, when the Chemex came out, it was always interesting. They were always hand blown. They're a neat little bit of kit. Um, they're kind of equivocal to like a cafetiere, so they're kind of good for dinner parties. They're good for large families. You can kind of make a Chemex and walk away, come back to it. They're kind of foolproof. And so let's walk through it. Right, so it's a comb filter that you use in the Chemex. You can use their own branded ones, or you can use, I'm using a V61 here. You can use any conical filter. All you need to do is wet it in the spout. I've already weighed out my ground coffee here. Weighing your coffee, weighing your water, checking the temperature of your water, it's all important, but it's all not necessary. So this is 9 grams of coffee. Really, it's like 4 teaspoons, not even 2 Heatley scoops, will be about 8 grams, is how it usually works out. So we can start our brew process here. So with the water, you can use your kettle. This is a swan neck kettle. It makes things a little neater when you're pouring it in, but it is completely not necessary. If you have a kettle at home, you obviously fill it up and get it going. You don't necessarily want completely boiling water to go straight into your brewing coffee. So just leave it for about 20 seconds. That'll bring down the Celsius enough to where really then you're in a good kind of temperature for brewing. So when you first start off, just wet your grounds. Essentially now it's oxidizing, beginning the brewing process. And then the kind of fun thing with homebrew is that really for single origin coffee, which is not what you'll get if you go to a cafe. If you get a cup of coffee from almost any commercial cafe, it'll be a blend. It'll be at least 3 or 4 beans. So it's a kind of stronger cup. It's a kind of more full mouthfeel. But it is sort of a more generic cup of coffee. The thing with single origin is that it is far lighter. They are far kind of more delicate drinks, but you get more flavor profile. So this is a Kenyan coffee from our roastery. All African coffees are really fruity. They're really kind of earthy. When they're ground, the bags are incredibly they're almost like perfume, the kind of smells and senses that you get out the bag. And that can really come across in homebrew. So this is the Chemex. It's kind of now working its way through. You can kind of play around with the filter. As it begins to drip down, do just pour around and basically pour the coffee back into the filter. And then as it's brewing, it's sitting in the filter and it's kind of dripping through. You do just need to give it a stir every 30 seconds, just a couple of stirs as it's brewing, because what you don't want is for the water that's been sat in the brew in the filter to be sat in the same coffee for too long, because then you're just over extracting certain parts of it. And when you over extract, you tend to pull out the bitterness in the coffee. The only thing you need to be really aware of when you're brewing at home is that if you have a metal countertop, either in your kitchen or in your office, wherever you're brewing, you just need to slip a piece of board, a chopping board, whatever suits, just so that you don't get any heat transferring. Because what will happen is you will just cool your coffee before it's brewed. And so this is nearly done. All Chemex have their little bubble. That's essentially where it's full. So for this 3 cup one, it's not too high up. The Chemex is really good if you like a lighter cup of coffee. So the kind of caffeine amounts will be very similar from an AeroPress to a V60 to a Chemex. But the kind of mouth feel, the way it brews it is a kind of lighter cup of coffee. So if you do like a kind of more delicate cup, Chemex is a really great way to do your coffee at home. And then one last thing, because I'm about to take this filter out. You can always reuse the filters. It's a kind of greener way to do your coffee. Really, as long as you tip the grounds out, give it a wash, you can use them as many times as they allow. It is the kind of cool thing with paper filters. And I think this is about done. So here we are. Here's our Chemex, freshly brewed. There's a nice Nick's branded cup. And that's been a Chemex cup of coffee.